Morning, everybody. We're here at Susquehanna State Park today. It's December 31st, New Year's Eve. I figured we'd do a little shakedown hike. It's just me and Cooper the dog, so come on. This guy's very excited to get going. He's about dragging me up the hill. He saw some people and some other dogs, so he is ready to go exploring, as am I. This is the mill house where we just were, is over there. This is the pumping house where the water comes down. There's the historical, I guess, the house where the people lived for the mill. And then this thing is where they let the water down from the creek up there to flow into a pipe that goes under and over. It's gonna be a long walk. We're gonna get about 20 miles in today. Figure be nice for last day of the year. It's 48 degrees out, December 31st, so gotta take advantage of that. You know, how many days does it stay like this for this time of year? Not too many. Here is the start of the trail. Actually, nope, sorry, false alarm. Start of the trail is down here. Here we go. First things first, gotta cross this creek coming up. I'm gonna have to do a spin around because the dog has wrapped me up in the leash. Sorry, next time I'll do a little slower so it doesn't make you dizzy. Made me dizzy. Oh boy, hopefully we can get across this thing without getting my feet wet. Come here, dude. Come here, come. He's determined he's going to pee on every rock and every stick that we pass the entire way. Let me do a little slower. Make him so he don't walk across on my feet or drag me in. Let's see, which way are we going? I'm going to put this down while I cross so I don't fall in. Here's our first hill climb. Phew, never feel so out of shape as when you get to the hills. Hopefully that changes eventually. I'm sure the video doesn't really do it justice. But the river's down through there, you probably can't see it. I've got to hike up to the ridge top. That way we can hike along that. There's a nice view of the river behind me. Kind of through the trees. Let you all see it. We haven't gone up very far yet. That's where we parked over down there. So we're still in that first mile, which is usually the hardest where you breathe the most. Moving on. So a little bit about myself. I'm 46 years old. I work for myself. I own a construction company called Deck Commander. I've been in business for about 20 years. Hiking the Appalachian Trail, something that I always wanted to do. Well, not always, but for about the past 10 years or so. I did a little section hike from Front Royal to Harper's Ferry, and I called all my friends, and I was like, hey guys, you want to come with me? And they were like, why the hell would anybody want to do that? So I ended up going by myself, and nobody else came with me, but when I got out there, it wasn't so bad. Because you know what? There was a whole bunch of other people on the trail hiking too. So I had the best time. My feet didn't have such a good time. When I hiked into Harper's Ferry, I had blisters from like my little toe to my big toe on both feet. It took about 2 weeks for my feet to heal. So it was quite an experience. Before that, I had planned, you know, I'm gonna walk like 150 miles, 30 miles a day, you know, because that number 30, that doesn't seem too big until you get to the mountains. And then you get out there and you're like, holy crap, 3 miles is a long way. And you hike all day and you only go 5 or 10 miles. So it was quite a learning experience. One that I don't care to repeat anytime soon. But since then, I've been doing a lot of hiking, little through hikes here and there. I've done from Springer Mountain to Hot Springs. I've done from Front Royal in Virginia all the way north through West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and about 50 miles into Jersey. So quite a bit, which I'm going to redo when I through hike starting in March. So that should be pretty fun and interesting. A few more reasons why I want to hike the Appalachian Trail. One is I want to extend my sobriety 120 days exactly to the day. On September 3rd, 2023, I decided, you know what? I think I'm going to stop drinking for a week. So I did. And then that week turned into 2 weeks, which turned into 3 weeks, to 4, to 17. So that brings me to today, which is day 120 exactly. You know, you think you got everything in life handled and everything's good, and you find yourself going to the bar 3 or 4 nights a week. You know, you're just going for dinner. You're just going for 2 beers. The next thing you know, 2 beers turns into 10 beers. 10 beers turns into, 2 shots, some shooters. And then you're drunk, and right before you leave, you're like, you know what? I think I'll take $50 worth of really shitty bar food. And that just makes you feel like crap. Your stomach hurts. You're hungover the next day. You're miserable. Not only you feel it, everybody else in your life does too. So sometimes it's good to take a pause, do a reset, a restart, and rethink a couple of things. So that's what I'm doing. Got 120 days under my belt, which I gotta tell you, that first week, I never thought that was attainable. So my plan is to not drink at all till the hike, and then go on the hike and continue that. Maybe that'll change halfway through. Maybe I want to celebrate the first mountain with a beer. Maybe I want to celebrate the halfway or the finish with one. Who knows? Can't think about that right now. All I can do is think about today. And today, I'm hiking with my dog in this beautiful, beautiful place. And I'm loving it. So, that being said, maybe it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. And I'm definitely going to try this out a while. Because it's amazing how much better you feel. How stabilized your mood is. How unangry you are. You're rested in the morning. You're not grouchy and complainy. Your stomach don't hurt. You're not waiting for that last 10 minutes of work to get off so you can go to the bar, have some beers, and get something to eat. Now, granted, I'll still go to the bar and get something to eat, but the only thing I drink is water. There's another beautiful view. Not bad for December 31st. Another reason I'm hiking is 20 years ago, I started my company. Then about a year in, I had a little boy. His name's Sean. He's now 19. So when he was little, I was starting my company. I had to work real hard. Late nights, long hours, weekends. Pretty much a 24-hour shift. So I missed a lot of time. Grandma's, thank God, babysat him. Mom watched him, and everything was good. But I felt like I missed a lot of time. I didn't really realize that until later when I had 2 more kids. And I got to spend some time with them when they were little, and at that little age. So 6 months with my oldest, that's going to give me some time to bond and talk about all the things he wants to talk about, and hopefully make up for some of that lost time when he was a little boy. Because I gotta tell you, if I could go back in the time machine to when he was little and relive it, I wouldn't miss a second. It's cool when they grow up and they become their own person and they look you in the eye. All the things you taught them how to be and how to grow start to, really come to life. And that's cool, but I wish that I could go back and still experience some of that, childhood time. because I feel like I really missed out. So that's one reason why I'm also wanting to hike the Appalachian Trail. I planned to do it in 2023, but when he said he was interested in doing it, I postponed it for the year, decided to do it with him. So this is where we just walked out of the woods back there. And this is where we're headed, across this field. See what's up with this. So I guess when we see something, I'll get back to you and show you the cool stuff. All right, man. So it might be putting the cart before the horse, but if I can do this, if I can succeed, that is the AT, and complete it and become a thru hiker, I think I want to do a triple crown. I want to hike the PCT and I want to hike the CDT. And my thoughts are that as the little ones get older, you know, my youngest is 9, the middle one's 13, that they'll want to come with me. And I'll be able to have an experience like this that I'm going to have with my oldest son this year with the younger two. I have 2 boys and a girl. It goes boy, girl, boy. So a 9-year-old boy, 13-year-old girl, and a 19-year-old oldest. So that's my 3 kids, and it's something that, you know, I can't look at right now, but it's in the future. You know, I'm gonna plan for it, make it happen, because that's just what I'm gonna do. And this guy, he's finding something else to pee on. He hasn't ran out of pee yet. I'm pretty sure he's peed on about 10,000 trees so far. So, come on, buddy. I had to hook the leash around my waist so that I could talk to you guys. And he wasn't pulling me over. He did almost pull me over in the river when we crossed that creek. That's how my shoe got wet. Plus, these things aren't really waterproof at all. Something I didn't realize when I ordered them. But I got my darn tough ATC socks on. And I can't even feel the moisture, so it must have wicked it away from my feet. My shoes seem to dry pretty quick, so that's a bonus. That's one thing I don't like, is wet feet. Come on, dude. It's really nice here hiking along this ridge. You know, getting to see all the water, all the trees, and all the animals. A few mountain bikers passed me, which is kind of crazy because this is what they're riding over. I like riding a bike, but not that much. I could probably show you how to fall on my ass pretty good, but definitely ain't riding over these things. I'm more of like a street rider, you know? Not really. I'm fat, out of shape. Maybe one day. First, I want to become a thru hiker. Maybe I won't be so fat, and I won't be so out of shape when I get done. That's another goal. Another goal I want to do is kind of meditate a little bit, learn how to get rid of the stress, let things go, you know, kind of rewild a little bit, go back to nature. Because working for yourself, man, that's stressful as hell. You know, you got to worry about where your next job's coming from, your next paycheck, paying the guys, paying your bills, doing taxes, recording everything. You know, all the stuff I never thought about when I was like, you know what, I want to be a carpenter. I didn't realize being a carpenter meant I had to be a secretary, I had to be an accountant, I had to be a laborer, I had to be a project manager, and so on and so forth. Lots of jobs wrapped up. Something to be said about just going in and getting a paycheck from somebody, but it's also kind of like limits what you can do. I mean, there's only so many hours in a week, so many days in a year. So when you work for yourself, you can kind of pick your customers, sell your jobs for what you want to sell them for, and, you know, if you manage better, work harder, you know, budget, shop around for your materials, you can really make a decent living. You know, it is stressful, but it's also rewarding at the same time. But after 20 years, 6 months worth of not having to worry about any of that, it'd be awesome. Maybe some of you are wondering, you know, how can I go away for 6 months and not have to worry about any of that? But I'll tell you, for the last couple of years, I've been kind of planning up to this moment. So I kind of scaled down got rid of a few employees, started doing some smaller jobs, saving up money, and everything's set up so that right now the only people I have working for the company is myself and some subcontractors. My oldest son, when we get back, is going to help me out, and it'll be me and him starting everything back up. I already have 4 jobs sold, ready to go the day I get back, so that like takes the stress off of having to come back and set all that up. It's already all set up, so not having any employees, not having any jobs going on, just having everything be dormant until I get back will allow me to just not be stressed at all, which is really what I need. I need no stress, time off, and a big goal to accomplish. I've been telling people for years, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna walk the whole thing, I'm gonna get it done. So in my mind, I'm gonna get it done because I don't want to let myself down, I don't want to let my family down, don't want to let my friends down, and I sure as hell don't want to let all you guys down. So hopefully my videoing gets a little better, my editing gets better, and I can show you a bunch of cool stuff, and you can come along with me for that journey of sobriety, of rebonding with my kid, of learning to de-stress, let go, and meditate. You know, all the things that make you feel better. So that being said, I'm going to hop off here for a minute and start walking because I've been doing a lot of talking and walking slow, and there's only so much time in the day. So if I'm going to get this 20 miler done, I'm going to have to do a mile or two before I come back. All right, talk to you soon. See you. To all the naysayers, all the family members that say I can't do it, all the friends that doubt me, all the people I know that are like, no way is he finishing. I can't wait to finish and prove all you wrong. I'm gonna bottle that up and save it for those steep inclines and those steep declines and everything in between. When it gets hard, I'm gonna think of all the things you said and all the doubt out there, and I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna make it happen. Because that's how I'm wired. You just wait and see. Doing a little woods walking. Maybe a little slower than I like, but that's okay. Gotta ease into it. Just gotta get out here and do it, man. The dog's loving it. I'm loving it. This trail's pretty sweet. It goes from rocky up on the outcrop of the river, down to bottomland fields, up through the woods and flatlands. Just went by the biggest beech tree in Maryland. I think there's a side trail up here to the biggest oak tree. I never walked up that trail, but I think I might do that today. See what it's all about. Here it is, folks, the trail to the champion white oak. Apparently it's this way, so let's get it. Well, this is kind of sad. There's logs and piles of branches everywhere. Doesn't look like that champion to me. I mean, it's a huge freaking tree, but goddamn, are they just not taking care of the stuff here in the state park? What the hell? You know? This sucker's huge. And they just let it get all broke up and diseased, and nobody takes care of it. Let's read the sign. That's a crying ass shame. A tree this big, everything all broken off. Maryland state tree. You know? What the hell? Man, that's sad. That thing is huge too. That thing probably looked super cool before all this crap was broken off. I guess people sat here on the benches and looked at it. Phew, ain't much to look at anymore, is it? And that's really sad to see. Still having fun, longer than I thought. Now we're getting to the cool part of the trail. Goes to the woods. I just scared up a bunch of deer with this video. Camera doesn't, sorry, my iPhone video camera. That shows my age. Doesn't really show very good. I was zoomed out. So where we're going. Cooper's on high alert because we spooked up some deer. Thinking they weren't vampires. Just kidding. What the hell? No, I'm just rambling about random shit. After 70 miles, it's going to be hard to film, I think. So what are you going to talk about? Once you've done said everything, what do you talk about? You talk about the food you're going to eat. I just had an almond Snickers bar, a Rice Krispie treat, and a granola bar. And some water. Oh, and a Jello, because, you know, everybody needs fruit and Jello. Had pineapple with the lime in it. It was delicious. Used a little cup to give Cooper some water. We drank about 5 of those. And then right after we ran by a stream and drank probably, I don't know, a good bit out there too. And I'm pretty sure at the end of this hill where we're going, another decent stream. We'll get to partake in some more agua. That's Spanish for water. Just kidding, you all probably know that. Ha ha, I'm funny. Not that funny, maybe just funny looking. So, I'm gonna need to figure out a trail name, because I ain't got one. My only stipulation is I'd like it to be one word. You know, something like a name that you could just yell out, not like multiple words. And fat bastard is out of the question. I do answer to a lot, but I would like to find just one single word, something about me that, you know, I could use as a good trail name. My name's Zach, by the way. And, you know, I'm the Zach sheep of the family, in case you didn't know. I'm not the golden child, not by far. My son Sean, he doesn't have a trail name either. So we're both going to be looking for them on the trail. So if you guys have any ideas, please hook us up. Yep. Come here, buddy. He's good. I'm not running that fast. Something down there. Must be maybe an old spring house or something for the people that lived in the park before. Back to filming the trail before I had the shit startled out of me by a bunch of people running up behind me. That's always a nice surprise. Yeah, I knew. Probably not too bad when you're walking by yourself, but when you gotta grab your dog just so he doesn't trip everybody, that could be a pretty good shock. Walking along, talking to the camera, and boom, somebody's right on your tail. So hopefully that doesn't happen anymore, and we can get on to hiking. Although it is a nice day, so it's probably gonna happen again and again and again. Wasn't sure if they were mountain biking or running. They came up on me quick. I looked back, nobody was there, and then boom, people are right there. That'll startle you. The trail wrapped around. There's another view of that little spring house we were looking at. Yep, out here in the middle of nowhere in the woods. Makes you wonder what used to be here 100 years ago. There's a house right here. That's part of the state park. That was part of like something from the Revolutionary War or the Civil War or something. Who knows? A lot of history in these parts. Susquehanna State Park. And that was the Susquehanna River that I showed you when we first got there. And I'll probably film some more when we get down to the mill house. Show you guys that. That's pretty cool. Get down to that stream. I can tell he's thirsty again. He's like, let's get there, Dad. Alright, I'll film some more when we get down there. See you in a minute. Still on our way down. Haven't made it to the stream yet. This is a pretty sweet trail. Come down here. It's crazy how many big trees. Whoa, almost ate it. Almost ate shit. But I didn't. Last time we came through here, we saw a bunch of turkeys. Now that tree over there is pretty freaking huge. Big old oak tree must have blown down in the storm. I'm gonna have to learn how to slow down when I pan the camera around. That'll be on my list of things to learn. Get used to talking to this thing without feeling like a crazy person. Get used to editing. Not putting music that's loud in here that is obnoxious and overpowering on my voice. Check. Might not put any music in there. Although I would like to learn how to do audio editing as well as video, layering, all the things I've been watching YouTube videos and reading about. I think it'll slowly come with practice. It's a cool thing about technology. Practice makes maybe not perfect, but better than now. That's for sure. Let's go this way, Bubba. Good job. Good job. Successfully navigated so far. At least 12 miles in. I haven't fallen once. I'll keep that record up till we're done. Hey, there's a nice, I wonder if that's a deer rub or if that's like a fungus on that tree. Let's find out. That is a buck rub. Must be a decent sized buck around here rubbing his antlers on that tree. I don't see him though. If he was out there, it's definitely, oh, there's my finger. He's definitely got a cool place to live out here. Guess he made it through deer season. And it looks fairly fresh since it's not grayed over yet. It's at least within the last week. Wonder if he walks down the trail or if he blazes his own. I'll have to look and see if we see any more. So we might. My shoes are still blue. They haven't turned brown yet. I'm sure that'll eventually happen, but not today. And my foot that was a little wet and muddy actually dried out quite nicely. So that's a good thing. Moving along. Let's see what we got down here. Looks like maybe the trail goes a few directions to figure out which way we're gonna go. Well, first we're gonna walk down the street so my buddy can get a drink. Come on, dude. Come on. Which way are you going? Huh? Come on, let's go this way. Going this way? Let's go this way. This looks like the harder of the trails because it's marked with red. All the green ones are marked with green. It means we put as many hills in between us and the car as possible. I know you're very excited about that. Probably as excited as I am, but we'll get through it. Come on, Bubba, let's go get a drink. Come on. You smelled every leaf so far. What do you smell over there? Come on. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. I can see the water from here. And this water's flowing. Be a nice creek to get a drink out of. Oh, it looks like there might be two creeks. One there, one there. They come together right there. Oh, somebody's excited. I think he's licking his lips already. Get a drink. Good boy. Get a drink. Come here. Get a drink. Come here. Get a drink. Good boy. Go get a drink. Find the spot you want to drink out of. Is that it? No? You're being picky? There he goes. Good boy. Good dog. That's all? Get a drink. Get some more. Nope, that's it. You weren't very thirsty, were you? You're doing good, buddy. Good boy. Yeah. I was talking to you. Apparently I just figured out you can use the volume buttons to start and stop the recording. Who knew? Nice little stone wall in the middle of nowhere. Pretty awesome. Phew. Nice, beautiful place. Look, I got a wet shoe thanks to this guy. He's wonderful crossing creeks. He's like, hey, I'm gonna jump right in the water and pull you off that rock you're standing on. Oh, sorry, did I do something? Yep. And then we made it about 100 yards. We saw another dog wrap the leash around my leg and almost knocked me on my ass again. For two. It was wonderful. Not really. And then my GPS, I almost fell, but I caught myself. My damn GPS watch started going off like, we've detected an incident. What in the hell is up with technology? Yeah, if I have an incident, I'll let you know. You know what I mean? I don't need my watch to freaking alert anybody. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? What's that do to your ego when your watch tattles on you every time you almost fall? Oh boy. My goodness. That is what I was saying. And up here, my friends, is something pretty cool. This is where they let all the water in back in the day to run the mill. So we'll walk right over to the gate. Check that out. It's right through there. There's a long pipe that runs underground down to the big river. We have it dammed up here. That's the way we're gonna go. But we'll walk over here first. This thing is the actual spillway where they open that gate and the water runs down that channel all the way to the mill. Let me get over here and see if I can film this from this side so you guys can see. So let's walk out on here. Hopefully the dog's okay. Stay. I'm okay. That is the gate. There's a dam over there that the water flows off of. And all that creek that we just walked down, that's right up against it. And the water comes out, flows right down there into that channel and down to the mill. So what we're gonna do is follow this right on down to the mill. And then I'll take some more video when we get to the mill so you can see kind of where we started. I did a little bit of video when I got out of the car, but I can do a little more now. There's a whole bunch of people around. I didn't really want to disturb anybody with my camera. Plus there's a bunch of dogs and stuff. Oh wow, this is cool. Check this out. Let me turn the camera around here. Look at that. Pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome if you ask me. Yeah, the picture really doesn't do it justice, but that thing's probably 15 feet tall. Can't focus in when you're that way, but cool. And that's where the gate was, where we just were. And this is the bottom of the waterfall. Awesome. Well, let's get going back to the trail. See if the dog follows with us. Oh, there he is. He's raring to go. He looks in a hurry to get back to the car. Probably not. He just started acting like he was tough when we saw the other dog. He's been walking kind of slow, and now he's like, I got energy. I'm gonna catch that dog. All right, I decided to walk up a few steps here. That way we'll come in above the mill instead of walking along the road, since I got the dog with me. And this is the Purple Trail, or the Willow Historic Trail, or something like that. That's along with a bunch of steps at the end of your 20-mile hike. Whew. We're going this way. Whew. That's not getting pulled around by your dog. Jesus. Sorry. Flipping out the holder. Make it easier to hold. Wow, I'm glad I walked up here. This is pretty cool. What's this say? Nice parking lot. Oh, look at those. Those are some cool curbs. These are solid cut pieces of granite. Those are back in the day. Then we got the historic mill house. Not where they actually did the grain, but probably where the family lived that owned the mill. This thing's pretty awesome. Camera doesn't really do it justice. Wow. Imagine if the walls could talk in this place. What they'd say. All that stone and grapevine masonry. Look at that sucker. It's got a slate roof. Nice hearth. Chimney at each end. Imagine sitting in there by the fire back in colonial times. Again, the granite curbs. Wonder how old this place is. Gotta be a couple hundred years. And that's the pumping house there. So let's go down and show you the pipe where everything comes out. Wow, that's cool. Must have been the servant quarters. It's awfully little for a garage door. Front of the house, all granite. That's probably a little newer up there. Although it does have a slate roof. This is the mill house. This must be where they controlled the water and stuff. Maybe it's where they stored the grain. Actually, with all those slots in the side, it's probably where they dried the grain and stuff. Up here. Imagine pulling a horse up. And there's a house over here. The park ranger lives in this house now. But back in the day, and there was actually a railroad, the Mom and Pop Railroad, that went like, you know, right across this river here, all down. I'll show you the tracks when we get down there. That wasn't here, obviously, but this is where they would have pulled the horses up to bring all the grain from the mill. Oh, there's some steps over here. Wow, this is pretty cool. It's definitely what it was, drying the grain up here. So, down here, the pipe that we see right up here, that metal pipe is where the water we saw runs out to turn the wheel to mill to make the grain. And it flowed. Walk down here, I'll show you. It flowed right down this area. So that lock we saw earlier with that gate, get around the corner, you can see what I'm talking about. That gate let all the water into here, And that water flowed right over here into that gate. It's probably a newer version of it, but into that gate and over and down to turn the mill wheel to make the grain. So let's get a little closer. We'll check that mill wheel out. And this, when I was a kid, you could come here and do tours and actually turn the water on and ran the mill wheel. So there's the mill wheel right there. And you can see how the water flowed out. This pipe came from up there in that ditch to go down here where the dog pulls me down the hill. Come on, buddy. This building right here, you go in that door right over there. That was where all the mill wheels, the grinding stone and everything was. And this is the mill wheel from the bottom. That thing's huge. And you can see how it flowed out way up there, down, around, and then into here. Turned this wheel, which then went inside and turned the big grinding wheel so they could make the grain. And I guess the excess water flowed down there in that tunnel over here. Flowed down here in this tunnel right below me and then out to the big river. Pretty freaking awesome. And then they have a train over here, the Ma and Pa Railroad. Let me turn around because I'm leash tangled again. The Ma and Pa Railroad, which went from Baltimore to York, Baltimore, Maryland to York, Pennsylvania, came right through here, literally right on this track, right down the Susquehanna and crossed over the river down there. There's some pier time, bridge, old bridge piers right along the side. And the Conowingo Dam is up that way. And there's the Susquehanna River. And here is the mill from this side. So that's all I got about that. We are going to get out of here. Nice talking with you, hanging out with you today.